Si l'on veut chercher des trésors, il faut parfois savoir prendre des risques. Marche dans les lits des ruisseaux, escalade dans des forêts touffues, cette équipe de botanistes explore les confins de la Chine. Mise sur pied par le Jardin botanique de Fribourg, cette expédition est à la recherche d'un arbre qui vaut de l'or, scientifiquement parlant. Son nom, le Pterocarya. Pterocarya signifie noix ailée, car ses fruits, dotés de petites ailettes, leur permettent de retomber loin de l'arbre quand il s'en détache.
Pterocarya is a genus with 6 species worldwide, and it's a fantastic tree. It grows along corridors, along streams and rivers, and it's a perfect example of a tree that survived a long geological period and can bring us some answer for the global climate change nowadays.
Cela fait bientôt 10 ans que le Jardin botanique étudie ces arbres de la famille des Juglandacées. Leur intérêt, ils ont survécu au changement climatique depuis des dizaines de millions d'années. Afin d'étudier et de protéger ces véritables reliques, le Jardin botanique a mis sur pied un réseau interdisciplinaire composé de chercheurs issus d'une quinzaine de pays. Chaque année, une expédition part en terres inconnues. La chasse au Pterocarya se prépare au moins une année à l'avance. Le matériel à emporter est considérable. Yigang Song, le chef de l'expédition, a un double objectif. Étudier les populations de Pterocarya d'un point de vue génétique et évaluer les menaces qui pèsent sur cette famille botanique. Première étape, trouver les Pterocarya. Une fois les arbres repérés, les botanistes doivent en prélever quelques feuilles.
During our collection, for each tree, we give a number to this tree. We cut one branch with the label, and we use this label and a small piece of plants to make the specimens. And we also collected some good leaves, put them in the tea bag, and also give the same number to the leaves in the tea bag.
Le plus grand soin est de mise, car ces feuilles serviront à l'étude génétique des Pterocarya.
So you take a branch, maybe 2 or 3 branches, and you find some very nice leaves with no mushrooms, no illness. And then the main thing is to dry them very quickly, so the DNA will be fixed. So you use silica gel that will take off all the humidity from the leaves. And then for the genetic analysis, it will be okay.
Mais cette opération n'est facile qu'en théorie. Sur le terrain, la pluie se charge souvent de rendre la tâche plus complexe.
It's more difficult to dry them. Like when we put the leaves in the tea bag, before we put them inside, we need to use the dry paper to clean the water. If you not clean the water, we need to use more and more silica gel to dry the leaves. But when we outside, it's difficult to take many silica gel. It's too heavy.
Et les botanistes ont beau se munir de gel de silice, l'humidité reste leur grande crainte.
This is adventure. And then you go back to the lab and you just pray that all the material that you have collected is okay and that you can do something with that.
Prélever des échantillons n'est rien pourtant. La plus grande difficulté, c'est de trouver les Pterocarya disséminés au milieu de la forêt.
When we search for the population, first we need some indication. And most of the time it's old indication, maybe from 1930 or something like that. And it's pretty vague. Sometimes it's just a mountain range and you have to find the trees in that mountain range. So it can be quite challenging to find the tree after that. And maybe the best is to have some recent location or to be accompanied with a local botanist that know where the species grow.
Yigang l'a bien compris, pour son expédition, il recrute des guides locaux. Mais dans les villages, on peine à croire que ces étrangers ne se mettent dans de telles galères que pour l'amour de la science.
They always think the things we get is very useful. So maybe they can use this to change money or something like this. So we need to explain a lot to them. If we not explain too much, maybe they think, oh, maybe it's expensive. They don't like us to collect this material.
Cette réaction n'est pas étonnante, car il faut sans doute un peu de folie pour s'en aller ainsi par monts et par vaux. Et pour affronter la forêt et ses habitants, pas toujours très ragoûtants. Mais sangsues ou serpents venimeux, pas de quoi effrayer Yigang.
Normally the poison snake is very lazy. Only when you touch the snake, they will bite you. If you haven't touched, just near them, no problem. So sometimes when we met the poison snake, we take the photo, the camera just near the snake about 10 or 5 centimeters. They have not moved.
The best is not to read too much about the dangerous animal of a country, especially China, because maybe you will not go. So I don't think it's really dangerous, but it can be. So you must stay aware and don't walk on a snake. It will be better. And the harsh thing, the difficult thing is really to face the climate, because it's really hot in those kind of forests. It can rain for days, and you have to protect your material, and you have to stay fit for the next day, because the next day you have another population to collect. So it's more physically difficult.
Aux rencontres imprévues, il faut encore ajouter la longueur des journées. Débutées à 6 heures du matin, elles se poursuivent jusque tard dans la nuit.
Normally when we clear up all the things around 12 o'clock in the evening. After we take a shower, and sometimes we need to clean our clothes, because the whole day the clothes is wet. So after, normally we sleep around 1 o'clock in the morning. So after 10 days, we feel, oh, it's too tired. We want back.
Et ces épreuves sont le lot de toutes les expéditions du Jardin botanique de Fribourg, des États-Unis au Costa Rica en passant par Cuba, plus près de chez nous, en Sicile, en Crète, en Géorgie et en Azerbaïdjan. Et enfin en Chine, au Japon, en Corée du Sud et même au Vietnam. Sur tous les continents, les chercheurs doivent cultiver leur petit grain de folie.
I don't think you need to be like an explorer of the 19th century where they are going for expedition like during 5 or 8 years, and you will not see your children grow. But even for 3 weeks or 1 month, everything that you plan will not happen. And everything that you haven't planned will happen.
I think the best botanist always crazy in China.
Cette passion collective aura au moins permis de glaner des informations cruciales qui seront compilées dans un livre.
As a biologist, we have a moral duty, in fact, to protect the biodiversity. And those trees grow in forests that are amazing, just amazing. And we need now to protect them as quickly as we can, because they are in danger. And we hope that with this book it will be the case. We can bring, with our picture, we can amaze the people. And then they will know, okay, we are not just saving one species, we are saving a total fascinating environment.
L'Ipterocarya et les Juglandacées, ces arbres qui ont côtoyé les dinosaures, sont aujourd'hui menacés. Il est donc indispensable de mieux les connaître pour mieux les sauver.